I could not be more excited to have your company over the next hour, because here at Openshop we're getting bigger and bigger. We are bringing you the best brands, the biggest brands. We are bringing you brands with a point of difference, and I could not be more excited to launch this next one, Amarante. What an amazing skincare line this is. Super simple to use. 4 easy steps. But we are talking about a premium tier, 100% Australian made and owned skincare line. You are going to meet the most incredible man over the next hour. He's a cosmetic surgeon. His name is Dr. Nero, and he's going to talk about why he has brought you this premium tier Australian skincare line. In fact, this is going to be so incredible for anyone that really is a bit of a skincare junkie. So even if you're not going to buy anything over the next hour, if you love skincare, if you love skincare ingredients, you're going to be very, very interested. And I'll tell you why. I probably should wait till the show, but I just want to tell you there's an ingredient in the serum that's going to be amazing to use if you can't use vitamin A. I know there's a lot of people out there that would love to use vitamin A because we know what it does. It's a gold standard in skincare if you really want to make a difference. But a lot of people are sensitive to it. Well, there's something in here that you can use instead to get those results. All right, everybody, you have to stay with us. You have to stay with us. This guy is a total legend. His name is Dr. Nero. We're going to meet him in just a sec.
I've been very disappointed with skincare products in the past. I think, we get carried away with pretty packaging and, false promises. And I found that a lot of skincare that I have tried definitely haven't delivered. Just be disappointed, especially when you invest, skincare is not cheap. So it's really disappointing when it's not how it is advertised.
When I first tried Amarante, I pretty much saw the results straight away. Even my husband had said to me when I came out of the bathroom, he's like, "Oh, you've done something." And I was like, "No." And he's like, "You've definitely done something." I was like, "I just cleansed and put some serum on." He's like, "Looks great, looks beautiful." And if my husband is noticing, who doesn't even notice when I cut half my hair off, then we're definitely on the right path. Because he just said, "Whatever you're doing works, keep doing it." Amarante has always left me feeling like I'm glowing and my skin is always beautiful, and no matter how long my day has been, I always have this beautiful complexion. And that's all thanks to Amarante.
Well, I don't think a lot of people can say that they always think their skin looks beautiful. And that's what we just heard in that clip. And the man behind it, the man responsible for a woman feeling like her skin is always beautiful, is the incredible cosmetic surgeon, Dr. Nero, who's here with us here at Openshop. Welcome to Openshop,
Thank
Dr.
you for
Nero.
having me, Justine.
Thank you for launching Amarante with us.
Wonderful. Thank you
Are
for
you
having me.
excited to do this?
It's an incredible range of skincare, very uncomplicated.
Yes.
And I think you'll absolutely fall in love with it by the end of the show.
Look, I think our viewers are going to respond to how simple it is, the key ingredients that are in there. But firstly, I want to talk about you because, I think if they're home shopping viewers, they've probably met a few skin doctors in their time, but you are a cosmetic surgeon. You have your own cosmetic surgeries. Paris, where are they? There's Paris, Sydney, Melbourne.
Well, I trained in Europe, in the US and in
Yes.
Australia, and I currently practice in London, Perth, Melbourne and Sydney, and it's in Sydney where we have our flagship Medi-Spa.
Okay, so you are still doing facelifts and neck lifts, and you do all of the laser and all of the peels and all of those things.
Absolutely.
What made you then, with thriving practices around the world in different countries, what made you say, because I know you must be busy flying all these places, and I know you do a lot of stuff with the airlines and things.
Yep.
What made you then say, I'm passionate enough about skincare to actually formulate my own skincare products?
Well, it's really quite simple. Good skincare is integral to remaining youthful and feeling confident, and it's a key component of both the medical and the surgical journey. Now, not everyone can have surgery, but everyone can afford good skincare, and I wanted to bring something that's affordable, that's genuine with active ingredients, And that's, you know, quite simple to use, because we know, certainly from the surgical perspective, that the simpler a routine is, the more compliant people are.
And also, can I just ask you as well, Dr. Nero, as a cosmetic surgeon, I bet you can tell when people come in if they've used good skincare in their life and who hasn't. You know, the soap and water woman that's been in the sun, that's never put anything decent on their skin, and the woman that's been meticulous about skincare and using lovely ingredients. You'd be able to see in a 50 or 70-year-old the difference, because it is key, isn't it?
Undoubtedly. The skin, the largest organ in the body, is subject to a lot of assault or trauma from external factors, whether it's the sun's, you know, harmful rays, perhaps smoking or lifestyle and that kind of thing. So whilst genetics is, you know, very key to the way that one ages, good skincare is pivotal.
Pivotal. In fact, speaking of good skincare and the difference it can make, take a look at this. This is Amarante in action. We are talking about a huge difference. Can you tell me about what we're looking at on the screen at the moment, Dr. Nero?
Absolutely. So this is a middle-aged lady who saw me regarding her face and neck. What I did was to perform a face and neck lift.
Yes. So we want to disclose to everybody that the before shot, this lady, that was pre-surgery, so she has had a face and neck lift, but look at the texture of the skin.
Absolutely, and this is where Amarante had a key role during her transformative journey. So in addition to the surgery and the other skin procedures that I did, such as gentle peels, the Amarante was used regularly to maintain that outcome. And you can see the proof is in the pudding.
Gee, she must have been happy.
She is absolutely over the moon. She loves it. The texture, the patina, the homogeneity, it's just supremely better in every possible metric.
Okay, so a lot of you are saying, all right, I'm interested. I want to show you what we're going to do for you today. This is the launch of Amarante, and we are thrilled because Dr. Nero is a well-known name in the cosmetic surgery arena, through Paris, through the UK, through Australia. Here is what you're getting today, a very simple routine. So you're getting a cleanser, your scrub, or the polish as we call it, the Amarante PNP and R&R. So basically your serum and your cream. Actually, Luke, for future shows, that graphic should say which one's the serum and the cream. $376 is the total price. And I would say, when we start to break down some of the ingredients in the Amarante line, you will think it is worth every cent. But today, the Openshop price is $279. That will include your free express delivery, your 30-day money-back guarantee, your credit points as well for shopping with us. And if it is your very first purchase here at Openshop, you'll receive 10% off the $279. And I want to address that just for one moment, if I can, Dr. Nero. You know, this is not $10 a tube, $10 a bottle. We are talking about premium tier skincare. Was that very important to you when you had your own line? People know you. Was it important for you to say, I want the best ingredients in there?
People want results. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
So with skincare, we can talk about passive ingredients and active ingredients. Passive ingredients, they may be of a high quality, but they just sit on the skin. When we talk about active ingredients, we're talking about cosmeceuticals, so pharmaceutical grade products, and they interact with the skin, and it's that interaction that really gives the transformative result, and that's the thing that patients love. And it takes a few weeks to effect, but once they get it, they have that glow, that sheen, and you need active ingredients.
Well,
for
I
that.
have to say that's one of the best explanations of cosmeceutical grade skincare I have ever heard.
Wonderful.
I really, honestly, because that's exactly what it is. So that brings me to a very important point. Everyone, this is cosmeceutical grade. So we are bridging the gap between that cosmetic cream that may give you a small amount of hydration and do not much more than that, right through, this is bridging the gap to that sort of the far end, the medical grade. This sits just before the medical grade, pharmaceutical grade. Because medical grade, Dr. Nero, I would need a prescription from you.
Most certainly. So
yes.
if we're speaking truthfully, a medical grade product has a much higher concentration of ingredients. And the higher the concentration, the higher the likelihood that somebody may have, say, redness or flakiness and that kind of thing. So one of my key drivers was to give ingredients to the end user where the concentration is high enough, but not so high that it has to be under the guidance or auspices of a doctor.
Right, got it. So this is about as good as it gets before you need a prescription. How about that? This is sort of the highest allowable level of actives before you'd need to go to Dr. Nero and get a prescription. Now, let's talk about the 4 pieces, because very simple: cleanser, polish, serum, cream. Could not be easier. In the morning, you're going to use your scrub and then your serum and cream, and in the night, you're going to use your cleanser and then your serum and cream. But Dr. Nero, just before we get into that, if I wanted to change it round and I like to use my scrub at night or my scrub after my cleanser, sometimes I like to do that to sort of double cleanse. That's okay, isn't it?
That's absolutely fine.
Okay.
This is just the suggested protocol.
Yes.
But one can mix and match. So that they can perhaps use the scrub or the polish in the evenings as well.
Yes.
And we found that a lot of people do enjoy doing that.
Yes.
Say, for example, after they've gone to the gym and they've come back and they just want a little bit more of physical exfoliation prior to them putting the serum in. And using the scrub pretty much opens the skin up, and it allows the skin to absorb the goodness, the magic that's found within the serum.
See, I love that, because that's a bit different to what you may have heard in the past, but I love that the scrub there is opening up the skin, refreshing the skin in the morning, so it gets all those beautiful ingredients to start plumping and hydrating, so you don't look so old throughout the day, because plump, hydrated skin is young looking skin.
And youthful, absolutely.
Because I look at, my little one and I see those cheeks and they're up here, and that's the difference, the hydration, the plumping that they have in youth. Now, let me just show you this pack. I know we've got 2 gorgeous models with us here today. We're gonna meet Sue and Olivia, but let's take a look at this 4-piece pack so you can understand the value of what you're actually getting. So, interestingly, your cleanser and your scrub are in these containers. So normally you would see them in these containers, and then your serum and cream would be, so it's the other way around, but it says on the front, cleanse or polish, and then you have your serum and your cream, and it does say on the front which one is which in a beautiful sort of elegant sort of rose gold way. So we're going to start now. This whole kit would normally be close to $400. We are talking about premium tier Australian skincare. So normally you would be paying for this pack $376. But today, $279, we are launching Amarante here at Openshop. $1325.80 is our number if you'd like to order, openshop.com.au if you'd like to go to our website, or you can tap our app. But remember, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Very important for everyone at home to understand that they do have that 30 days. Now let's start with the polish. I'm going to bring it here just before we pop over to Sue. The polish, jojoba beads, we've got some beautiful organic ingredients in the polish, and I just want to show everyone the gorgeous texture of this, because it is biodegradable jojoba beads in here. So it's very, very fine, the scrub. It's
absolutely
not going to tear and rip, is it, Dr. Nero?
Well, physical exfoliants can be of different types. Jojoba beads, probably, in my opinion, the best.
Yes.
I'll explain why shortly. One can have bits of nuts or broken nuts, husk, and that kind of thing. Historically, there was a use of plastic, and that's been outlawed in many parts of the world because it was ending up in the aquatic system. Fish were eating them, etc. So the beauty of jojoba beads is that the beads are very uniform and round. And what that means to the user is that there is less trauma to the skin. So yes, they can exfoliate physically, but at the same time, without causing so much trauma and then causing the skin to be a little bit red and that kind of thing. So jojoba beads are just fantastic.
We've got beautiful organic coconut oil in here. We've got green tea in the polish. So some stunning ingredients. We're going to go over to Sue, and as Sue starts to apply, what was important for you? Obviously, I'm a big advocate of the scrubs and the exfoliators. I mean, why is it important past a certain age, Dr. Nero, for us to be exfoliating the skin?
Well, for everyone, the turnover of the skin occurs primarily during the night time. So when we wake up, we've got that extra layer of skin that's been pushed up, dead skin, dead cells. So we need to be able to wipe it off. And that's where the polish with the jojoba beads is just wonderful. And we've got things like organic rosemary, we've got aloe vera in there, or aloe leaf juice. And these components all hydrate the skin at the same time. It's just a lovely product.
So we're talking about exfoliating ingredients, but also ingredients hydrating whilst we're exfoliating.
Absolutely, yes.
And that's key as well, that we're not just ripping the skin of its moisture, we're resurfacing, but also adding moisture. Now this is step one, and you can do this, look, some people like to do it 3 nights a week, but I would even suggest, if you're a bit of an exfoliating junkie like me, Dr. Nero, my skin can take daily exfoliation.
Yes.
Is it okay to do that?
It is okay to do it, and I formulated it in such a way that it's not too harsh. So one could perhaps suggest that for a lady, 3 or 4 times a week is fine, but if you wanted to do it every day, it's not a problem.
Yes.
And I suppose this is a good time to explain the difference between men's skin and women's skin.
Please.
And it's primarily just the oiliness of it. Men tend to have oilier skin at a very basic level, of course. So perhaps men may wish to exfoliate more regularly, and that's what we found as well with our patients that have been using it. We're in a number of clinics, and the feedback from everyone, my colleagues who are the doctors as well, is that the men quite enjoy the exfoliating step.
I actually didn't know that men's skin was oilier than women's skin.
It is.
And also past menopause, do women also lose even more sort of moisture and hydration or something? I think they do.
As we're aging, the skin gets thinner.
Okay.
And the 2 key components that are in the skin that give the youthful look, collagen and elastin.
Yeah.
So with every passing year,
Darn it.
we start losing the collagen. So if we can support the skin, if we can somehow encourage the skin to become a bit thicker and more supported, it's great.
And the polish can help with that.
And the polish will help.
Now, if you have just tuned in, everybody, this is Dr. Nero, and this is his very own skincare line, Amarante. He's a cosmetic surgeon, and he practices through Perth, through Sydney. He's in all over the world doing what he does. But this is his own line. This is his baby. And before we get to the next product, I want to ask you, do you still love being a doctor, doing the cosmetic surgery, seeing the change in people? Is it something that you still love and are passionate about?
Well, I'm from a medical family, and you know, I've known medicine since childhood, really. What medicine can do, particularly surgery for patients, is just brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, whether it's cosmetic or some kind of injury, the satisfaction of helping someone is, you know, quite unsurpassed. I suppose the thing that I've enjoyed the most is pro bono work in Asia, victims of burns injuries. And it was very obvious to me that regardless of where people are in the world, everyone wants to look younger, they want to look better, they want to have function of form working hand in hand. And if we can give them something that's affordable, then that is just a great gift.
Yeah, and isn't it amazing? It's linked, it's the same with people everywhere. It's linked to our confidence.
Yes.
And who we show, what we show of ourselves.
Well,
when we feel good, we're like a different person.
It's been shown that if we look good on the outside and we feel great on the inside, it's a positively reinforcing cycle. And the easiest thing for everyone is good skincare.
Yes.
And interestingly, the brain looks for skin's homogeneity or uniformity. It looks for the quality of the skin, the texture, any pigmentation, that kind of thing. So the moment we see someone, we've already made a subconscious analysis. So an easy win is actually just supporting the skin with good skincare, active skincare.
Well, this is, and a lot of you out there would not, maybe would not choose to go for a facelift with Dr. Nero, maybe could not afford it, maybe would be afraid to do it, or a neck lift or an eyelid lift or whatever. But this is an affordable solution. This is getting sort of as close to Dr. Nero rubbing up and down like that as you can, because honestly, that is what it's about. It's saying, okay, well, this is a man who understands the skin in really the most detailed way. No one would know more about the skin than a man who operates on it and makes an incision through it basically every single day. We have to move on to the cleanse. Utterly fascinating. Let's move on to cleanse with Olivia. Yes, let's do that. Let's talk about the cleanser. I want to grab it here. Dr. Nero, the cleanser. What was it? What was the key? What were you trying to achieve with the cleanser? When you were writing down firstly what it had to be like, what did it have to be like?
Easy to apply.
Okay.
That's probably the key thing. People, you know, they go to work and they come home, they've got, you know, pollutants on their skin, they've got makeup, that kind of thing. So I needed a cleanser that could eat through that extra layer or that caked layer of gunk, in want of a better term.
Right.
So something that would apply easily, something that would be effective in its nature, but not too harsh. And to that extent, I put a number of ingredients in there. So, for example, salicylic acid was one of the components, a little bit of lactic acid. So the salicylic acid will work at a deeper level than the lactic acid. Lactic acid, by the way, is derived from milk. It works more at a superficial or top surface layer. So in conjunction, together with the other ingredients in the cleanser, it provides a beautiful foaming effect with a little splash of water. It gets rid of the makeup, it clears the skin, and again, it opens the skin up for the next step, which is the application of the serum.
Provitamin B5, pomegranate. We're talking about a cleanser that actually has some active skincare ingredients, not just something to clean the skin, but something to care for the skin. That's very elegant, it's very lightweight. It does foam, because I did not like giving up on the foam. You know, for me, I understood, yes, you don't want detergent on your skin, I get all that, but I missed the foam when it went away, Dr. Nero.
It has to feel nice.
Yes.
And that's part of the psychology. If we have nice skincare that we enjoy using, we're going to use it. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely, that's right. That's right. The smell, that's something I have to mention as well. Sue, did you find this? The smell is just amazing. It smells incredible, doesn't it? Actually, it is the most divinely smelling skincare range, if that is something that is important to you. Now, if you have tuned in, this is Amarante. We are launching Dr. Nero's very own skincare line. He is a cosmetic surgeon, and we're thrilled to offer you a 4-piece kit. So you're getting your serum, your cleanser, your polish, and your cream. So serum, cream, cleanser, polish. So a 4-piece collection should be $376 actually, but today with Openshop, to celebrate the launch of Amarante, you still receive your 30-day money-back guarantee. You still get 10% off that purchase price if you've not bought with us before. Your first item that you purchase here at Openshop, you'll get 10% off. So if you've not bought anything, this might be it for you. Maybe you've looked at cosmeceutical grade skincare before and thought, you know, when you've been at the spa or at the cosmetic surgery and they say, oh, when you're leaving, you'll need 4 products. And they put them each up on the bench and you're thinking, oh my God, 200, 400, 600, how much? Because we are talking cosmeceutical grade, so you're starting to panic. So for under $300, for $279 to pick up the 4-piece kit, it's pretty good. And don't forget, you've got those Afterpay payments as well. So if you can't afford it outright, use Afterpay. Now we're going to go to a testimonial. This is a very, very, very happy customer. Take a listen.
Right. Hi, I'm Tempest. I'm 33 years of age, so skincare is definitely starting to be something that's really important to me. I work in the world of social media marketing, always on photo shoots. I'm always in front of the camera, behind the camera, running around like a crazy person. When I found Amarante, I was just completely over the moon. It's just this simple 4-step skin routine that I can do no matter where I am. If I'm overseas, it's in my bag. If I'm at home, there's only 4 bottles. And that's literally it. I don't have to be thinking about this completely complex process. I've got my 2 items for the morning and 2 items for the afternoon, and that's it. And I'm good to go all the time. Being 33 years of age, skincare is such an important part of my life now. It's something that you need to do, but you need to know that the products that you're using actually work, because there's nothing worse than having this huge collection of products and then you're just not looking the way you're supposed to look. So overall, Amarante has just been amazing. The first time I placed my order for Amarante and it actually arrived, I was super excited to try it out. Of course, like any woman is when they first come across a new skincare range, you just can't wait to try it. So my Amarante arrived and straight away, of course, I quickly ran into the bathroom and tried it on for the first time. There's just this feeling, this texture about it that's just so beautiful, and when you're applying it onto your skin, it feels like silk and it smells absolutely delicious, and everything about it just felt completely right, and I loved it from the moment I tried it. Ever since then, I've been addicted. When I first tried Amarante, I pretty much saw the results straight away. Even my husband had said to me when I came out of the bathroom, he's like, "Oh, you've done something." And I was like, "No." And he's like, "You've definitely done something." I was like, "I just cleansed and put some serum on." He's like, "Looks great, looks beautiful." And if my husband is noticing, who doesn't even notice when I cut half my hair off, then we're definitely on the right path. Because he just said, "Whatever you're doing works, keep doing it." Sometimes I am super tired, yet Amarante has always left me feeling like I'm glowing and my skin is always beautiful, and no matter how long my day has been, I always have this beautiful complexion. And that's all thanks to Amarante.
If you're just joining us, welcome back everyone to Amarante. No, that didn't make sense. Let me start again. If you're just joining us, welcome back. No, if you're just joining us, this is Amarante Skincare. And this is a man, of course, that you can trust. Cosmetic surgeon, Dr. Nero. I wanted to also ask you about what's not in your products, because people are very mindful now of parabens and things like that. You've left that all out, haven't you, Dr. Nero?
This is really important. There's a lot of evidence out there that the presence of, say, artificial colours, artificial fragrances, parabens and so on may be deleterious or harmful to the skin. So one of the driving...
One moment, deleterious, D-I-L-I. Is that detrimental?
Detrimental or harmful.
Oh, I'm going to learn so much from this guy. Everyone
deleterious.
Over there. So
that is amazing.
It had to be...
I love how you speak, Dr. Nero. I love it. Keep going.
This is the English education.
I know it is for me, because I'm thinking, oh, these words are so beautiful. You speak so lyrically. It's gorgeous. But it is, people now are saying, they're just a little more educated on what is in skincare.
Yes.
So they're not just slapping it on like we did in the 50s and 60s.
People are a lot more discerning, and I think it's important to be authentic. And again, that authenticity, which underpins the medi-spas or the clinics that I'm involved with, it had to translate to the skincare that we then give to patients to use, whether as part of their medical journey, surgical journey, or just normal skincare, which everyone wants and needs.
Absolutely, and that's the point. That's the point. Regardless of your choice in aging, if you're having injectables or fillers, whatever anyone's doing, you still need high quality skincare. And here we have premium grade from Dr. Nero. Now, the next thing I want to ask about is, when I first started using this, I was looking at the bottle and I'm thinking, there's not a lot in your products. You keep it very, very simple ingredient wise, and you keep it very simple in the routine. 4 products. Why not 20, 30? You could have made more money, let me tell you.
And this is quite disingenuous of a lot of ranges where they have, for example, 20, 30 products, exactly as you said. And for example, they will say that you need a specialized serum to use under your eye, one for the morning, one for the evening. When actually, the difference between the skin around the eye and elsewhere is that the skin around the eye is just that much thinner. So do you really need something where they charge maybe $250 for a small bottle for skin that is pretty much the same as other parts of your face? The answer is no, you don't. And the more complex it is, and some people may wish to have that complex routine, but the reality is, as with everything in life, you don't need it. Why waste money?
Fabulous. Simpler is better. Why waste money? Here's another before and after from Amarante. Again, you know, we are seeing run us through it, Dr. Nero.
So
We're seeing a difference
this is a
here.
younger lady, and she's not really been someone who's used a lot of skincare. She wanted to protect her skin because the fact remains that the more we protect our skin when we're younger, the less aggressive one has to be when they're older.
Right.
And if we can delay the aging process or slow it down, then we're onto a winner.
That's right.
And this young lady, a very beautiful young lady, just basically came to us and said, how can I enhance my skin? Does she really need anything beyond skincare? No, not at all. She's got lovely angles, lovely definition. All she needs to do at this point is to prevent sun-related aging.
Well, for those of you that are watching that are younger, you have to get on good skincare. You really do. The younger, the better. Trust me, because you want to look as good and as well preserved as you can for as long as you can. Now it's time to talk about really what Dr. Nero calls his halo product. I love that, the halo product, and that's his R&R serum. And we are talking about a very powerful serum, and this is really where you're getting all of those anti-aging benefits. With the serum, firstly, what is the difference between a serum and a cream for the viewers out there that might not know?
Keeping it very simple, it's the applicability or the ease of applying it to the skin. And what I've put into the serum here is vitamins A, B and C. And interestingly, you know, people talk about is it vitamin or vitamin? It's actually a truncation of vital amine. So vitamin is actually the more accurate term as opposed to vitamin. So you've got A, B and C.
Well, I think you have just settled a lot of arguments around the world there, my friend. That's amazing. Yes, because my husband says vitamins sometimes, and I think, so it is vitamin.
So the Americans are correct.
So it's the word vital and amine, but what's amine?
So it's, I suppose, a part of a molecule.
Oh,
we
that's
talk about
why I didn't know it,
that kind of thing.
Right. I never knew that before. So interesting. All right, let's talk about the serum. I firstly do have to tell you all a couple of things. You are getting the 30 ml of all of the products, the scrub, the cleanser, the serum, and the cream. Your 4-piece Amarante kit, they're all 30 ml. And I also have to tell you, don't forget to order $13.25.80, or you can go to openshop.com.au. Let's go over to Sue. Both of the girls are going to be applying the serum at the same time. Dr. Nero and Olivia, you too. But Dr. Nero, it is so lovely, this serum. It's incredibly light, but it's instantly absorbed. That's what I found.
Absolutely. Vitamin B, that's really important in terms of preventing the loss of water from the skin. It supports that layer. So there is a little bit of, I suppose, argument as to whether A or B is more important. I'm actually in the B camp here. So the more we can prevent the loss of water from the skin, the more hydrated and plumped up it looks. A, of course, helps with the turnover and the regeneration of the skin. And then we've got C as well, doing something very similar, C being ascorbic acid.
Oh. That's so interesting as well, because everyone's vitamin A, vitamin A, vitamin A, and you're saying, well, no, vitamin B is very important too.
Well, I could argue both ways.
Yes.
But my personal opinion is that vitamin B is arguably more important.
That's amazing. Now, going back to vitamin A for a moment, great ingredient.
Yes.
A lot of people can't use it. It sensitizes their skin, and they have problems with it if they have sensitive skin. But you have the retinaldehyde, so that's related to vitamin vitamin A, but gentler, Dr. Nero.
It is. One thing that I wanted to avoid, especially where, anyone could be using Amarante, was to have people worried about redness of their skin. And by using retinaldehyde, which is related to vitamin A, but a softer version of retinol, which is also a relation of the vitamin A, it minimises that risk, and that was very important to me.
And we've also got antioxidants in the serum to beautifully soothe the skin. So again, this is a serum that really does tick all the boxes. So we've got our antioxidants, we've got the vitamins A, B and C in here as well. You've also got your hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. Niacinamide is a fabulous ingredient too, because it really does help to sort of brighten. I think it's a skin brightener, isn't it?
Most certainly is, and it also helps to reduce the redder, more angrier appearance of the skin as well. So it's quite calming and soothing.
Remember that the serum is one of only 4 products, and that's really all you need. It's so simple yet so effective. You've got your cleanser and your scrub, and of course your serum and your cream. So can we layer, Dr. Nero? We haven't talked about the cream yet, but can I put the cream on over the serum?
Most certainly.
Do I wait? I've always wondered that. How long do I wait before I put the next product on?
Well, if the skin is hungry and it's absorbing the serum, there really is no need to wait. So you can put the serum on and then progress to applying the moisturiser, which has the added benefit of zinc oxide as well.
Now, that we're going to talk about in just a moment, but for those of you purchasing now, I just want to remind you how important that is. We haven't talked about the cream yet, but in the cream you do have the zinc oxide, which is the physical barrier to those UV rays. Very, very important. That's in the cream. It is coming up, but we're currently talking about your 30 ml serum, which is really what Dr. Nero calls the halo product of this range. And it is important to use a serum, isn't it? Because it's the skin just drinks up a serum.
It just absorbs it, and we've got a few celebrities in Australia who are using Amarante R&R. Obviously, I can't mention who.
Yes.
And they found that this serum has pretty much replaced 2 or 3 other products. It's an all-in-one. In fact, that's the only thing that I've used along with the cleanser on a daily basis for the last couple of years whilst I was refining it. And for me, it's just really nourished my skin all the way through, and I'm guilty of not sleeping enough. I've always got a lot of things to do, and the serum has just been wonderful.
We have lots of happy customers. We've got lots of testimonials. We're going to hear from another one right now, but whilst this is playing, get your phone. 132580 is our number. You can tap our app. You can go to openshop.com.au. Don't forget, you'll receive credit points, free express delivery, and of course that 30-day money-back guarantee, which we know is very important. It's peace of mind when you're buying skincare off the television. And if you haven't bought from Openshop before, if we haven't tempted you yet, if it is aging that you're worried about, if it is dark circles, if it is crow's feet, if it is sagging skin, if you're looking in the mirror and you're not recognizing the person that's looking back at you, and you want something that can help with the fight against aging, you can order Amarante, because the man behind it is a cosmetic surgeon and he understands skin. We'll be back in just a moment.
I've been very disappointed with skincare products in the past. I think, we get carried away with pretty packaging and, false promises, and I found that a lot of skincare that I have tried definitely haven't delivered, unfortunately. Sometimes I'll experience bad breakouts from trying a new product, or just be disappointed, especially when you invest, skincare is not cheap. So it's really disappointing when it's not how it is advertised. So the reason Amarante's skin collection appeals to me is, number one, because it's easy to use. It's a 4-step process, which fits in with my lifestyle perfectly. Number two, it's Australian made and owned, which is so important to me. All ingredients are natural, and it's developed by Dr. Nero, who's absolutely amazing. He's a leader in his field. Really looking for something that works for me and works for my skin.
Fortifies, harmonise, transform. I love that. We haven't spoken about that. This beautiful name, Amarante. I love your logo because it also is sort of, as a cosmetic surgeon, where you would sort of mark up the face, where you to do a facelift, which most of us aren't going to have or not going to be able to afford. So we need the next best thing, which is great skincare. But let's just talk about that. Fortify, harmonise. Why those three words? Why was that important to you?
I needed a set of buzzwords.
Yes.
And it's very simple when it comes to the skin. We have to strengthen the skin. We have to harmonise the way the skin works and, you know, relax it in many ways. And then, of course, we have to transform. What I've created here is a very well-rounded range of products that will help to rejuvenate the skin. And that's what I mean by transform.
Can I ask, what about people with sensitive skin?
Yes.
Are they okay using Amarante?
They most certainly shall be.
Yes.
So, of course, when there are active ingredients, there'll be a little bit of perhaps tingling initially as the skin is getting used to those ingredients. But after a couple of days, the skin will harmonise. There you go, there's that word. And really, for results to be obvious with any kind of active skincare range, you have to use it for about 4 weeks. And that is key here. So whilst people may start seeing a difference after 2 weeks, it's really only after about a month that they go, wow, there's the X factor, there's the glow in my skin. And really, I wanted something meaningful and effective in producing those results. So it's important to remember that.
And I want to remind everyone, before we go to the fourth and final piece of this kit, that this could not be simpler. I think I've stolen one of the things I have over here. But you are getting all 4 pieces: your cleanser, your polish, your serum, and your cream, all yet to talk about for $279. I don't think I've said the item number. I've been so mesmerised by Dr. Neera. I've been listening to every word. I don't think I've even said the item number once. It's 301125. That's the item number you quote to our operators, or you'll put on our website, you put that in, and this 4-piece kit will pop up. Here's a before and after from Amarante. Now, we are talking about an extraordinary result here, but we do have to let people know this woman in the after had a neck lift. Is that right?
She had a lower face and neck lift.
Right.
And I also worked on her skin. The Amarante was part of that transformative journey.
Yes.
And you know, her commonest comment, rather, is really where she's saying that people are asking her whether that's an image of her cousin or her child or something.
They don't even
she loves
believe it's
it.
her, Dr.
They do not
Neera.
believe it's her.
See, and that is extraordinary. And you could see in the before shot. Could we just put that up for one more second, Luke? And we're saying, yes, she had a surgical lower facelift, so we're fully disclosing that. But even if you look at the texture of the skin, the change in the skin, but this is a woman in the before shot that was starting to see the signs that women don't like.
Yes.
The droopy. That's why women look in the mirror, Dr. Neera, and they pin it all up with their fingers to say, if only I looked like this.
Certainly,
because it's gravity, right?
It is. The aging process involves a loss of the skin's elasticity. The bone gets absorbed, so younger women may have more of that projection, the apple of the cheek, as it were. That tends to go. Things start sagging down, so women lose those angular areas, the definition, for example, of the jawline.
Yes.
So if, as part of that rejuvenation, they can then maintain the skin in a very lovely way, that's dewy, that's soft, that's just looking a lot more nourished and hydrated, that gives them that glow.
And gives us a fighting chance, girls and guys out there as well, because you'll love the way Amarante sort of smells. It's not rosy or overly floral, so the fellas will love it. We have to talk about the cream, everyone. This is the 4th piece. This is the PNP cream. Again, this is so super light. I want to show everyone, just because you'll be able to get because as soon as I said zinc oxide, so this cream, which you can use morning and night, has the zinc oxide, which is the physical barrier to the UV rays. As soon as I say that, I know that there'll be a few customers going, oh, okay, is that going to make it heavy? Because they're thinking zinc. So I want to actually show them that we are talking about the lightest cream ever. It is absolutely beautiful, Dr. Neera.
It applies beautifully. So its primary role is as a moisturizer. the added benefit, of course, is the presence of the zinc oxide, and it's the zinc oxide that prevents the harmful effects of UV radiation. And of all the various chemicals out there, the zinc oxide, which is actually a metal, it's natural, it reflects the sun. And the reason this is so light compared to sunscreens of yesteryear is because the particle size of the zinc oxide that's used is so much finer. Wow. Hence it applies so cleanly and smoothly and doesn't feel so heavy. And again, the heavier the cream is, we talk about the blockage of pores and that kind of thing. And this cream is non-comedogenic, which basically means it doesn't block the pores and it allows the skin to breathe.
And you've also got your peptide and your heptapeptide 8 as well. And for someone watching that doesn't know much about skincare, peptide is an active. It means that it's getting in there and doing something. How do you just explain a peptide as opposed to like to someone that doesn't know much about skincare? Because I think in home shopping we just bandy it around and people go, whoa, 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 what are you talking about?
Absolutely. So a peptide is perhaps a bit more of an umbrella term.
Yes.
It's really a type of protein. Now, the heptapeptide 8 that's used here will help to soften the fine lines and wrinkles. And it does this in a way that is quite subtle, but at the same time noticeable.
Right.
So without getting too stuck on the term peptide, I'd perhaps suggest that it's the effect that heptapeptide 8 that's produced that really is what women want.
Well, I tell you, I love the idea of that, softening those lines and wrinkles. The girls are going to apply, and as they start applying, you'll notice straight away, not greasy, not thick, not white, because with the zinc oxide, that was my first thought. Oh, I definitely want that barrier to the sun. I definitely want that physical barrier to the UV rays. This is another thing. Dr. Nero, do you find that we age, because you see people in your practices around the world,
yes,
do you think Australians age a bit worse because of our sun, or do you think we've got a hard battle because it's even going to the letterbox to check the mail? It's like acid, isn't it? It's so strong.
It is. The sun is stronger in this part of the world, the southern hemisphere. Previously people were worried about the ozone layer being that much thinner. But of course genetics is a key component.
So we've got the Irish background, the English background.
And so that's going to age a lot more in the Australian sun. Whereas in the northern hemisphere, in Scandinavia, in Britain, there's less sun, there's less aging. And for example, women forget that in addition to beautifying and nourishing the face, they must look after the neck and the décolletage. Look at you, Justine. Your neck and your décolletage, it defies your age. And that is something that people must take home from this.
Well, he did say to me in the meeting, he said, can I just ask how old you are? I said 43. And he said, no, your neck and deck are good. Because I don't know if they're good or not. And I'm like, oh, thank you, are they? But I did say to him, my mother from a very, very young girl was saying to me, all lather, lots of creams, because it does make a difference, doesn't it? Because you're locking in the moisture. But now we know what sort of creams to use. We want the ones that the skin is going to drink up. We don't want heavy, we don't want oily, we don't want things that are going to block the pores either. So it's about being absorbed. Lots of natural ingredients in Amarante, and what's left out is just as important as what Dr. Nero has put in. So the parabens are out, the fragrances, the artificial things are out. We're talking about a man that really understands skin because he operates on it. I mean, he's a practicing cosmetic surgeon. So you could not do a facelift or an eye lift and then give your patients some sort of crap to go home with and put on their skin, excuse me, but you have to give them the best.
Amarante. Because it's simple, it works. And the other thing I should mention is the backs of people's hands as well. This is something where, people age and you can see sunspots and that kind of thing. So the serum, it's got anti-pigmentation agents. So, I'm commonly asked, Doc, what are the, say, 3 things that people worry about with their skin? It's very simple, with 3 Ps: pigmentation, pores, and pimples.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the Amarante range tries to address all of those. And that is actually as simple as it gets.
It is as simple as it gets. And this, everybody, is Amarante because we're keeping it simple with this range. We're very thrilled to launch Amarante with us, with Dr. Nero. I think he's a character, a man, a personality that you're going to love. He's warm, he's highly intelligent. We just love him already, and I think you will too. You will too. We'll be back, everybody, in just a moment.
I've been very disappointed with skincare products in the past. I think, we get carried away with pretty packaging and, false promises. And I found that a lot of skincare that I have tried definitely haven't delivered. Just be disappointed, especially when you invest, skincare is not cheap. So it's really disappointing when it's not how it is advertised.
When I first tried Amarante, I pretty much saw the results straight away. Even my husband had said to me when I came out of the bathroom, he's like, oh, you've done something. And I was like, no. And he's like, you've definitely done something. I was like, I just cleansed and put some serum on. He's like, looks great, looks beautiful. And if my husband is noticing, who doesn't even notice when I cut half my hair off, then we're definitely on the right path. Because he just said, whatever you're doing works, keep doing it. Amarante has always left me feeling like I'm glowing and my skin is always beautiful, and no matter how long my day has been, I always have this beautiful complexion. And that's all thanks to Amarante.
Well, this is premium tier Australian skincare at its best. Cosmeceutical grade, pharmaceutical grade. That's really important for you to all know at home, because the next step above that would be medical grade, and we would not be able to sell that to you on the television. You would actually need a doctor's prescription for that. So we're getting as close as we possibly can with these ingredients. And the price for this 4-piece kit, for the quality, the efficacy, the active nature of these ingredients, is actually amazing. Because I've been into a few cosmetic surgeries, because I have melasma. That is genetic. That wasn't my fault. That was from my dad. But that's basically pigmentation that will not go away, everyone. My skin produces too much melanin. So I just in case you didn't know what melasma was, Dr. Nero. But you see some of the bottles, some of the serums, and I mean, they are hundreds and hundreds of dollars, because a lot of them are that pharmaceutical grade. So to be able to pick them up with that free delivery, with that 30-day money-back guarantee, and be able to try these products for $2.79, a further 10% off that if you haven't purchased with us before. Dr. Nero, I want to ask you, sort of in closing, if somebody says, okay, there's a lot of skincare out there, I'm confused. Everyone's saying they've got the best. I don't know where to turn. I just want help. I want help. Why Amarante?
Well, there are a lot of wonderful skincare ranges out there. The USP, or the unique nature of Amarante, is that I'm using the latest scientifically validated ingredients that are working synergistically. In other words, they're working hand in hand. Most importantly, there are active ingredients, and it's distilled down to just 4 products, which means it's an uncomplicated range. So whether you're young or a bit older, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. It's just so easy to use. And the proof is in the pudding.
Yes.
My patients have used it. The feedback has been unanimously wonderful. And I suppose it's the simplicity of the whole routine that is really the winner.
And of course, the powerful before and after. I want to pop up this before and after one more time, because I really want to talk about how it can change a woman. I want to disclose the woman in the before shot had the lower facelift, so she had work done, but Amarante was such a key part of that journey. But the difference it must make for her to feel good about it doesn't have to be such a dramatic change. It can just be that someone feels their crow's feet are softened, they feel their jawline is more defined. What sort of results could we and might we experience with Amarante, Dr. Nero?
Softer skin, plumper skin, fewer fine lines and wrinkles. I guess it would slow down the rate of aging. So skin that's a lot more homogeneous or uniform in appearance.
Yes, because that's what ages us too. We forget that. And as someone with melasma, it's very aging to not have that even skin. Is that what you mean by the hump? I just have to double check.
Yes.
Even skin tone, right. I was just
When we look at someone, the brain subconsciously already makes a decision about how one looks.
Yes.
And the evenness of the skin, as you very correctly put it, is really pivotal to part of that process. So the more uniform the skin looks, the younger someone is perceived.
Well, I have to say, Dr. Nero, before you showed up, I was by far the most intelligent person here at Openshop, but you might have just pipped me at the post today.
Thank you, Josie.
Okay, just by this much though. He is so big shout out to our crew, by the way, everybody, who I've managed to insult again today. It's a daily occurrence. But he is absolutely incredible. Cosmetic surgeon. Where did you study actually? It was overseas.
So I trained in London and I did my postgraduate training in the UK, the US, France, Australia, and I'm a key opinion leader internationally in terms of cosmetic medicine. So I do a lot of education, and I teach my colleagues and my peers how to appraise people and about the concepts of beauty and aging.
And you do pro bono work as well.
I do, yes.
Yes, that's very, on burns victims and things in third world countries. I think that's amazing. So thank you for that. And for everybody at home who have ordered this kit today or picked up this kit today, remember that here at Openshop, everybody, we're going to show you lots of different skincare ranges over time. But the key with Amarante is that you have a man behind it who's a cosmetic surgeon. This man understands what the skin needs, and this is the line that he gives his patients to go home with. So they've just paid goodness knows how much. I don't know what a facelift costs, but a lot, I'm guessing. And he's not going to send them home after that and undo some of that hard work. So this is as close as you can get to Dr. Nero's procedures. This is a practical and affordable solution to the aging process. We've got a skincare line here that's premium tier, that's Australian made and owned, that has natural ingredients in it, that is free of parabens. And here at Openshop, we've given you the very sharpest price that we can give you on this, because we are talking about that pharmaceutical grade. So as close as we can get before you would need a prescription for some of those ingredients from Dr. Nero himself. I want to say a big thank you to the audience for being part of this launch. We love having Dr. Nero here because of his credibility. It's very important for us going forward here at Openshop to have the credible guests. We want people that you love, that you want to. I'm just going to bring a dictionary next time. That's the only thing. Thanks for letting me know, Luke. Bring a dictionary. And I want to thank the beautiful Sue, the amazing Olivia for being here to model the products. And of course, the man of the hour, Dr. Nero. A huge thank you, Dr. Nero. We are so thrilled that you've chosen Openshop to launch Amarante.
Thank you for having me. You know, there's even a story behind the logo. Have you heard of the Marquette mask? That is basically the golden ratio and the points. So the left side is that of a lady.
We've got 8 seconds left.
And the right side would be that of a man. So there you go, it all comes together.
He even made it in time. This guy's great. Bye, everyone.